Hello, I'm Lord McDougall and I'm lucky enough to be one of the judges for next year's Scottish Schools Pipes and Drums Trust Piping Hit competition. I've been writing music since I was 14 years old and I absolutely love it. When I started off, I was given some advice by composers that I knew, and over the years I've picked up little tips myself, and I thought I'd share some of them with you in this video. The first tune I ever wrote was one that I wrote for my standard grade exam, and I got advice from a local composer called George McIntyre. Now, George wrote some great tunes like Lucy Cassidy and Loch Ruin, and the advice he gave me was to play a tune you know very well, and then once you finish that tune, just keep going as if you know what you're meant to do. Keep going and see what happens, see what might come out. So, for example, you want to compose a jig. Find a tune you know, Kenny Gillis, for example. Get to the end of that tune and then just keep going and see what happens. See what comes out of you. And that's a good way of just starting off to get tunes coming from you to your practice chanter. Now, what's important about doing that, and is very helpful for composing in general, is to record as much of you playing as you can. So you might want to have a proper session when you sit down and improvise. Improvise means just seeing what happens. Play whatever you like and see what happens. You might record yourself just messing about one day and then find a real nugget of music that you can work on. Also, you might be walking down the street and all of a sudden a tune hits you. Try and be ready for that as well. With technology these days, you can quite easily record a tune into your mobile phone, or scribble it down. You know, just write down the note names and just try and remember as much of it as you possibly can to make sure you don't lose it. But recording as much of your sessions when you're trying to write music is obviously the easiest way to do it. Now, another thing I do when I'm writing is I think about accompaniment. So there's two ways I would think about accompaniment. One of them would be thinking about harmonic accompaniment. And in pipes, we have our own harmonic accompaniment, and that's the drones. So think about drones when you're writing music. Think about how they react to each note. One of my favourite pieces for pipe bands is a piece called A Call to the Gathering, which is written by Don Bradford. And he's one of my favourite composers. And he wrote the slow air for that piece, sitting in his police car on a cold morning with the engine running, and the engine acted as a drone to him playing his practice chanter, and you can hear that when you listen to the tune. Each note references the drone, it reacts with the drone. So that piece is called A Call to the Gathering, and I would recommend you have a listen to it. Another sort of accompaniment that helps me writing tunes is just a very basic rhythm accompaniment. And that could be something like a dance track on radio, and that sounds a little bit far removed and crazy for writing a bagpipe tune, but it's not. It's just music. Music's the same no matter what genre it is. So go and find a dance track, go on YouTube and just look up some dance music and try and find something that's reasonably in tune with your chanter. Play along with it, see what happens. When I started off writing tunes as well, I would actually find a dance music channel on satellite TV, because there was lots of them. The music was pretty empty, you know, there wasn't much melodic content going on in it, so it was easy to play to and write tunes. These days, of course, you've got GarageBand, you've got YouTube. It's very easy to find that sort of stuff. So there's two ways of getting some tunes out of you, and I'll be back again with some more tips later on.